TheEconomicCollapseBlog.com, Michael Schneider, also running for Congress in, was it Idaho or Iowa? Idaho, I think. The Dow falls 274 points as Eclipse fever hits the financial markets. Have we now entered a time of major financial shaking? On Thursday, the Dow Jones Industrial Average was down 274 points. Speaking of which, today's Friday. Down another 76 points. Just going to throw that out there. That was the largest decline for the Dow since May, and high-yield bonds were down dramatically as well. Many are blaming the terror attack in Barcelona and instability in the White House for the downturn. But could eclipse fever also be a factor? The closer we get to the solar eclipse on August 21st, the weirder people seem to be getting. You will see what I am talking about below. But first, let's talk about the financial markets. I have been warning that stocks are massively overvalued for quite a while now, and it turns out that the Federal Reserve may very well much agree with me. And then he writes from the Fed, since the April assessment, vulnerabilities associated with asset valuation pressures had edged up from notable to elevated as asset prices remained high or climbed further. Risk spreads narrowed and expected and actual volatility remained muted in a range of financial markets. End quote. Even the Fed says that my mind is gone. No? A little Coolio. Even the Fed is warning that we are in a bubble, and it is just a matter of time until that bubble bursts. And anyone that is paying attention should be able to see the red flags all around us. In fact, we have just witnessed the most Hindenburg omens that we have seen since November 2007. And again, those are a Hindenburg omens when the stock market does, certain stocks will do certain thing. Like, oh, head and shoulders pattern. Oh, we have the Hindenburg omen, which normally says, hello, crash is coming. Just saying. The technical indicators are absolutely screaming that a major downturn is dead ahead, and John P. Hussman is encouraging everyone to be cautious and to consider watching from a safe location. Given obscene valuations, lopsided bullishness, and, importantly, clearly deteriorating internals, consider watching from a safe location, he said. We shall see what happens, but I tend to very much agree with Hussman. Meanwhile, the closer we get to August 21st, the crazier people seem to be getting. The following comes from USA Today. As citizen scientists collectively nerd out ahead of Monday's total eclipse of the heart, rogue observers of the spooky and weird are generating theories that the celestial event could usher in aliens, boost sightings of interdimensional creatures, and perhaps even plunge us towards world destruction. If I had to pick one of those, can I phone the Magic 8 Ball? You may. Magic 8 Ball, if you had to pick one, would you pick world destruction? Yes, definitely. Okay. Not just yes, not signs point to yes. Yes, definitely. Thanks, Magic 8 Ball. You made me feel really good there. None of those things are going to happen, but there are some very odd things about the eclipse that are definitely worth noting. In a previous article, I noted that the first major city in the U.S. that the eclipse will cross is named Salem. Well, it turns out that the eclipse will actually cross a total of 7 cities named Salem. 7. Hello, 7. And of course, Salem is short for Jerusalem. I also find it very interesting how much the number 33, Freemasonry of course, is associated with this eclipse. And the following are just a few examples. The solar eclipse is highly unusual for so many reasons, and it occurs just 33 days before what may very well be the Great Sign. It begins in the 33rd state, ends at the 33rd parallel. It occurs on the 233rd day in the year, which is 33 weeks and 2 days into 2017. The eclipse will take 1 hour and 33 minutes to cross the country and occurs 133 inclusive before the end of 2017. And of course, this solar eclipse begins a period of 40 days, which will end with Yom Kippur on September 30th. Following is an excerpt from a Charisma news article authored by Ron Ellen, which I think has some really good insights. Teshuvah, the 40-day Jewish season of repentance, literally means the return of the presence of God, and is a time of introspection and a reminder of judgment. It begins on the first day of the 6th month known as Elul, and the solar eclipses that occur on Teshuvah add to the meaning of Teshuvah. The Teshuvah eclipses are signs of coming judgment, like the trumpets eclipses, but they are also signs of unity in the presence of God. Thus, the Teshuvah eclipses are both an invitation to return to God and a warning of judgment. Notice how I had to emphasize warning of judgment. During the totality of the eclipse, the sky will become dark and the stars will become visible. Right next to the eclipse, only 1.5 degrees away, the brightest star in the judgment constellation Leo, the lion, Regulus, treading underfoot, reminds us that Christ, the Lion of Judah, will put his enemies under his feet. 1 Corinthians, or was that Corinthians 15:25? Southeast of the eclipse, the planet Mercury, the morning star laid low, symbolic of Satan, will appear under the feet of Leo, adding to the warning of judgment. Again, can you see why I can't take the stuff from religion like seriously? It's astrological as astrological can be in my mind. Once again. So is this solar eclipse actually a warning that America should repent? Many Christian leaders all over the nation believe that this is the case. In fact, Billy Graham's own daughter, Anne Graham Lotz, is one of them. She says, in light of Ezekiel 33, 1-6, that commands a watchman to be faithful to warn others of the danger coming against the land, I feel compelled to issue the warning once again. The warning is triggered by the total solar eclipse of August 21st, 2017, nicknamed America's eclipse. For the first time in almost 100 years, a total solar eclipse will be... You notice how I pause when I say that? Because I'm dying. My brain is dying to say, total eclipse of the heart. I just have to say it. And I'm fighting myself. Joe already did it once. It's enough. It's enough, knucklehead. And I paused because I want, just do it. No, don't do it. Come on, do it. No, don't do it. Just read the damn thing. Okay. The first time in almost 100 years, a total solar eclipse of the... will be seen from coast to coast in our nation. People are preparing to mark this significant event with viewing parties at exclusive prime sites. The celebratory nature regarding the eclipse brings to my mind the Babylonian king Belshazzar, who threw a drunken feast the night the Medes and Persians crept under the city gate. While Belshazzar and his friends partied, they were oblivious to the impending danger. Belshazzar wound up dead the next day, and the Babylonian Empire was destroyed. I do not know what will happen before, during, or after the eclipse, but I do know that America is in very deep trouble. If we continue on the path that we are currently on, there is no future for our nation. Unfortunately, most Americans are not listening to the warnings. Most people simply assume that America is just far too powerful to ever fall, and they see absolutely no reason why. We need to change our ways. Why do you need to change your way? Because I'm talking to the man in the mirror. I'm asking him to change his ways. Oh, yeah. That eclipse could not be any clearer if you want to make a change. All right, sorry. Hopefully we can get America to wake up because time is rapidly running out. Michael Snyder is a Republican candidate for Congress in Idaho's 1st Congressional District, and you can learn how you can get involved in the campaign on his official website. His new book entitled Living a Life That Really Matters is available in paperback and for the Kindle on Amazon.com. I will be linking this, of course. But, I mean, regardless of your religious views, my astrological views, can we agree that maybe some of this stuff, these alignments at least, are definitely pointing to something? Again, there will be signs in the heavens, right? That's what we're talking about. Now we have these signs. And all the 33 and the Freemasonry, and they love the 33, right? All this hidden knowledge. What if that's what this is about? All this stuff in Antarctica. Remember the Vatican? Let me find this article real fast. Vatican Lucifer Telescope. You're going to love this one. Vatican Lucifer Telescope. The Vatican Luther cloaked truth. Well, that's Facebook. It says, relax, the Vatican didn't name a telescope Lucifer. Catholic.com. However, I see one. Lucifer is helping Vatican astronomers. Lucifer is helping Vatican astronomers look for extraterrestrials. A new book claims that Vatican astronomers are looking for extraterrestrials, and they are using Lucifer, the telescope, to do it. Lucifer is an acronym for the instrument's lengthy title, Large Binocular Telescope Near Infrared Utility with Camera and Integral Field Unit for Extragalactic Research. That's not Lucifer. Okay. However, I just want to. That was a bonus. That wasn't even what I was trying to show you, but that was a bonus. Vatican Antarctica Telescope. South Pole Telescope. Vatican Advanced Technology Telescope. A 1.8 meter Alice P. Lennon telescope. What the hell are they doing? Which, this is from 2015 actually. Why is the Vatican, the largest and longest owners of telescope observatories, by the way, including the newest named Lucifer telescope, right? So here's something I didn't know. The Vatican is the largest and longest owner of telescope observatories. What would somebody tell me? Religion, God, Jesus, baby Jesus, Mother Mary, preaching words of wisdom. What was that part of Mother Mary? Mother Mary. When I Mother Mary comes to me, telling me to get a telescope, look to the sky. Why is the Vatican, the holy of all holiness, buying up all these telescopes? What are they looking at? You guys can stand outside and look at the stars. You don't need a telescope. Or is the entire religious thing out there based on astrology? You're going to have to decide for that yourself. South Pole Telescope. Vatican. Catholic Church. They put up a telescope. Homepage, Vatican Observatory. Antarctica. Brother Guy Consolmagno, the director of the Vatican Observatory and president of the Vatican Observatory Foundation, yada yada. Work had taken him to every continent on Earth. For example, in '96, he spent 6 weeks collecting meteorites with a NASA team on the Blue Ice region of East Antarctica. Somebody from the Catholic Church, high up, Brother Guy, whatever, director of the Vatican Observatory, gets to go with NASA guys and just pick up some stuff off the east side of... Right. Anyways, I think I've spoken enough about this. We, I think, can agree some strange stuff is happening in the sky, and it very well may lead to something later this year. Whether it means markets crashing, destruction, tidal waves. I'm seeing all these news clips on tidal waves and crap happening, which I'm reading about, but then I look at one video, wait a minute, that looks like it's 3 or 4 years old. Actually, that is 3 or 4 years old. Why is that being mixed with the new video that just happened the other day? Like, I don't know where some of these people are getting these sources from. That's why I haven't actually covered it. But interesting tide things are happening, in fact. But, hey, again, we're close. We're going to find out here shortly, aren't we? Take care.